My mother passed on a few years ago. She had a very basic education because back in the 1930s, education was not too important. She was born with the call and could see the supernatural world. Whether it was ghosts, the angel of death, the grim reaper, witchcraft or whatever darkness existed. She used her knowledge to heal and protect family members.
I did not pay much attention because I was out and about with friends. One day she said people are going to die this week. She showed me the face of death in the clouds.
It was splashed all over the front pages of the national newspapers. I think a bus and a train made an accident that time. That was 40 plus years ago. But I cannot swear on it.
And now it is happening again.
Lately I look at the clouds again. Heaven knows why. Somewhere in 2015, God said he is going to release viruses on the clouds.
The Creator was dissatisfied with his creation. God is punishing the governments by taking away the people whose keepeth the world going.
Many an aeroplane and ship or boat accident happened a few years back. And I saw the deaths of the people in the cloud formations. The closest I was to a prediction of the dead was many years ago, when I took Ivana Adonis home after school. It was after 12:30, when I dropped her off at her house and said to her, "A lot of people will die this weekend." She smiled because people mostly die on weekends in gang-related incidents, fights or accidents. Boipathong massacre happened that weekend. She's dead now and cannot swear on my death in the cloud story.
A few years ago on a Friday afternoon, I was on my way to Capricorn to visit the Blakebirds. We wanted them to remove some of our darknesses. Apostle William and Apostess Marilyn. They were waiting for us. I called them before we left our residence. My daughter was sitting next to me. She was looking at the waves rolling to the Baden-Powell Drive. For us it was smooth sailing, but rush hour in the opposite direction. We both had silent fits. She was locked up in her world of darkness. We were speeding along for about half an hour at 80 plus kilometers per hour when the clouds caught my attention. Over the mountain, right in front of a cloud was forming an object. It was a big snow-white cloud. It was forming of a gigantic bueg plane. It was as if it stood on the mountain. The bueg was made of tombs. Now, a decade later, I cannot recall whether it had a staircase. I showed my daughter what was happening, but her mind was too clouded to see what was clear as daylight in the heavens. As we neared Sunrise Circle, it disintegrated.
About a week or two later, round about 17h00 I took the praying couple home. Them was sitting on the passenger seat next to me. Tired. Eyes closed. The car was relatively quiet. I listened to the purring of the engine and wheels singing on the asphalt motorway. Sister Maynes, William and my daughter sat at the back. It was quiet in the car. I showed her the big cloud on top of the mountain. It was a huge steamer. A passenger ship. It was docking on the mountain. I could see a staircase.
It stood in the exact same spot as the previous buoy. Same size. Same build. The building stones also graves. Sis studied the clouds a bit. I showed her what to look at. And after a while she understood what I showed her.
After a while I said, "A lot of people are going to die." I answered her question of why I said so, with because both the images I saw in the clouds painted a picture of death. An enormous amount. Death in the sea and sky. Numerous people were going to die by air and sea. And they did.
I have put the death in the cloud saga out of my mind. But now, it is starting up all over again. It is going to happen again. Death is coming again by air and sea. The mistakes humans make is not their faults. It is a higher negative power at work. If death wants you, he gets you.